Hello, race fans, and welcome to another wonderful day here at TVR-Esports in the Thunder Valley Racing League. We are in the street stocks. We've got a special one for you today. We are at Tsukuba. We're going to go road racing here in the street stocks today. Let's see if the guys can take on the right-hand corners as well as they can the left-hand corners. Starting with our lineup here, we got the number 45, Brent Thompson, the number 17, Jamie Howell, the number 64, John Dottle, the number 5, Jonathan Howell, number 73, Wyatt Hutchins, the number 70 of Chad Thompson, the number 21 of Shane Harbin, the number 1 of Mike Heminger, the number 84 of Ward Fisher, and the number 34 of Brian Smith, and in our final position, the 940 of Toby Kirk. We are racing here at Tsukuba Raceway. Brent Thompson, the 45, up front in the RBC Trophies car as we go for 20 laps here at Tsukuba. Oh, we've already got an accident. Ward Fisher, and it looks like the number 1 car, Mike Heminger, together. Get it pointed in the right direction. Down they go through the corners here into that hard left-hander on the outside. Mike Heminger has a little issue getting it wound up and around the corner, but he's got it straight. Here he comes. A lot of drivers out here going to be having a little bit of an issue with these cars. Got another one around. Number 17, Jamie Howell, round hard into the inside wall. Took the front bumper off that car. A lot of smoke. Everybody trying to get around him. A lot of action on the track everywhere. We'll try to keep up with as much of it as we can as we go back up front to our leader, Brent Thompson, still leading the field in that number 45 RBC Trophies car. RBC Trophies out of Stigler, Oklahoma. Glad to have them on board with us this season as our official sponsor for the Thunder Valley Racing League and TVR-Esports. Right behind him, the number 64, John Dottle's putting him under a lot of pressure. A little bit of dirt there on the tires. John trying to find some extra speed going through them right and left-hand curves. It's hard around that hairpin. Got a little bit of damage on the front end of that car. You can see a little dent there on the front end. Number 73, Wyatt Hutchins. Fastest in practice today. Wyatt Hutchins to the 73 throttle hopper car. Chad Thompson in that famous weed car, up there in 4th place, running in the top 5. Trying to find a little bit of speed, but he has got Brian Smith hard on his tail down the backstretch. As they come into the final turn, long sweeping turn to the right. And down the front stretch they go across the start-finish line. Back up front with our leaders, 64 making a challenge on Brent Thompson, the 45, for that first position. 45 able to hold him off for one more corner. Another challenge back here with Brian Smith, Chad Thompson, and Jonathan Howell all getting after it. Very close racing here going into the last turn. Down the front stretch they come. Brian Smith has the advantage over the 70, Chad Thompson. Number 5, Jonathan Howell trying to find his way around him. There he comes, dives it into turn 1, gets him down on the inside. Chad Thompson keeps it safe in the 70. Keeps it between the lines, down the corners he goes, headed for the hairpin. Everybody hard into the brake at that hairpin turn, trying to get it turned. These drivers are not used to making left-hand turns in these cars and slowing them down and using the brake, but today they are going to have to do it. Oh, we've got a few in the pits. Toby Kirk in the pits, got a lot of damage there to the front right of that car. Looks like we also have John Dottle down here in the pits in the number 64. No longer in second. Up front, Brent Thompson pulling away from Wyatt Hutchins. So far, got that first position in the 45 RPZ trophy car. Wyatt Hutchins, the 73, fastest car in practice, going to try to chase him down. Oh, a little bit of an issue toward the back there. Looks like Chad Thompson is around the 70, gets it straightened back out and back pointing in the right direction. Finds himself down into 6th position with Ward Fisher right on his tail. A lot of smoke in the turn. 73, Wyatt Hutchins back down into 4th. Must have had an issue. Brent Thompson's got a gap on the field by 5.7 seconds. If he can maintain his composure, he might win this race. Got a long way to go, though. 15 laps to go here at Tsukuba. 5 laps done now. Brent Thompson out front leading the field. Couple of cars down in the pits now. Jonathan Howell making a challenge on Brian Smith coming through turn 1. Doesn't quite pull it off. Brian Smith able to pull that 2nd position off down into the hairpin. Brent Thompson maintaining that 5.5 second lead. Field starting to spread out a little bit. Everybody trying to find their comfort zone. Oh, a big bump there in the back of the 70. That was Mike Heminger in the number 1 car. Didn't quite get on the brakes hard enough, or maybe the 70 got into him early, but they got a little bump going there. Everybody got away safe. These cars are pretty tough, these stock cars. Brian Smith trying to track down Brent Thompson up there in the 45. 5.3 second lead. Around the hairpin. Oh no, and the 45 loses it coming out of the hairpin. In a hurry trying to get it straightened back out. He's going to get past Brian Smith and Jonathan Howell right there on his tail. Here they come through the turn. Fighting for that position. Brent Thompson really trying to stay on the gas. Those tires are going to be hot after that spin. Got a little dirt on them. Don't know if he'll have the traction to break it here. Hard in the brakes on the outside. He smokes the tires going on to the outside. Brian Smith has the advantage down through the straightaway into the last turn. Brent Thompson has the advantage going in. Can he hold the turn? Around he goes. Gets a little loose. .45 beats him across the line. Here they go into turn number 1. Everybody has gathered back together. It's a race again. That advantage was all erased by one mistake. .45 goes wide again. Oh, and he loses it and goes around again. .45 around again. Same place, same corner. Brent Thompson gathers it back together, gets it running one more time. Tries to hold on to 4th place now from 1st with a 5-second lead all the way to 4th place. See if he can get his composure and maintain his pace. Up front, Brian Smith, Jonathan Howell, and our practice leader, 73, Wyatt Hutchins, now up front. Brian Smith has got 1st place. Lap number 9 coming up here at 20. We're almost halfway done with this race as Brian Smith takes over the league at Tsukuba under a challenge by Jonathan Howell. Big time on the outside comes Jonathan Howell into turn number 1. A lot of smoke there in turn 1. Big challenge again. Jonathan Howell trying to get up on the bumper through the hairpin. Brian Smith. Wyatt Hutchins in 3rd place, just watching the action, trying to gain a little bit of distance there, close up that gap. Brian gets a little bit of a gap there on the number 5, gets away from him. They go into the turn just before the long straightaway. Down the back stretch they go. Oh, the 70 is around. 70 is around. No damage. Didn't look like he damaged anything. Went around but gathered it back up. Got it running again. Back up front with our leaders. Jonathan Howell now up front leading the race. Managed to get by Brian Smith. Brian Smith now under challenge by Wyatt Hutchins in the 73. Wyatt Hutchins has some speed. That 73 car has been fast all day long. Can that throttle hopper driven by Wyatt Hutchins get it past Brian Smith in that Hardee's car? A lot of good looking liveries out here today. Walmart, Hardee's, and the throttle hoppers out front. RBC Trophies, that's our sponsor in fourth place. Fifth place would be Shane Harmon right now, the number 21, racing that Fanatic car. Jonathan Howell has got a 1 second lead over the Hardee's car. Brian Smith at 34, he's starting to pull away just a little bit. We are over halfway done here at Tsukuba as they come through the S's. Round the hairpin. Ward Fisher trying to challenge Shane Harbin for fifth position. Mike Heminger right there on their heels. Those three cars are going to get into some action there. All three good drivers. Jamie Howell has struggled today in his number 17 car. Trying to figure out a way to get it. Oh, and he gets it around again. Just having a lot of trouble in that number 17 stock car. Here comes our leader, Jonathan Howell, coming up on the back end of his father, the number 17, Jamie Howell. Jamie Howell going to give Jonathan some hassles. Will he hold him up? Will he let him go? Here they come. Jonathan Howell, your leader, being followed by Brian Smith, the number 34, 73, Wyatt Hutchins in that first three group. That's your podium right now at Tsukuba on lap 13 coming up. We got about 7 laps to go. Tires are going to start getting warm about this time. A lot of heat build up in those tires. Gripping those corners is going to get it to be a little bit more difficult. Jonathan Howell starting to try to work his way around Jamie Howell. How much trouble is Jonathan going to have with the lap traffic here? Brian Smith and Wyatt Hutchins starting to get into a little bit of a battle there for second place. Number 73, Wyatt Hutchins, making a challenge for second. Around the outside goes Wyatt Hutchins. Down to the inside of the next corner. Made a really good move there on the outside to get him situated on the inside of the next turn. Can 34 hold him off? Nope, 73 gets the position. Number 73, Wyatt Hutchins, moves into second place. Brian Smith's going to have to settle for third at the moment as Brent Thompson, the 45, slowly starts to close that gap. Got about a 1.2 second gap between Wyatt Hutchins, third place and fourth place. Back up front with our leader, Jonathan Howell, still behind his father, the number 17 of Jamie Howell. Into turn number 1 they go. So far, he has not found a way to work his way around his dad there in number 17. Jamie doing a good job of keeping it together there after all the difficulties had today. So far, Jonathan's under no pressure from the cars behind him. Wyatt Hutchins about 2.1 seconds back. Johnson puts the nose in. Oh, no, and they get together. Tears the front bumper off Dad's car. Number 17 is sideways on the track. Backs it off the track just enough to let everybody by. Runs over his own bumper. Going to have a little bit of an issue with the airflow on that one. It'll stay nice and cool, though. Front bumper just ripped off that car, number 17, Jamie Howe. Just not his day today at Tsukuba. Going to mark this one up probably to his bye week, I'm sure. Number 17 car. 9th position. Back up front with our leader, Jonathan Howe. Finally made his way around Jamie. Now he's under immense pressure, though, by the number 73, Wyatt Hutchins. Can the number 5 of Jonathan Howe hold off one of the fastest cars all day long in Wyatt Hutchins, the number 73 throttle hopper, because he is gradually pulling up onto his tail. He has closed the gap to less than a second. Brian Smith in third on that final podium position is 1.5 seconds behind Wyatt Hutchins in the 34. The number 45, Brent Thompson, after all the issues he had after leading the race and being 5.5 seconds in the lead up front, spun the car twice, put it into the wall, or put it into the corner, the hairpin, backwards a couple times, and is now running in 4th place, trying to track down 3rd. Will he have enough tire left to do it? We're running out of laps as we approach the lap number 17 here of 20. Round the hairpin goes Jonathan Howe, down through the S-curves, headed for the backstretch. Got a big wiggle from Brian Smith going through turn number 1. He managed to keep it in the right direction. Lost a little bit of space there, down to 2.4 seconds now behind Wyatt Hutchins. Wyatt Hutchins is now 1.2 seconds behind Jonathan. Jonathan has been able to open up a little bit of a gap there between 1 and 2. Jonathan crosses the line this time in that number 5 Walmart car. Still have 3 laps to go to finish Tsukuba, race number 3 in the trophy chase, the RBC Trophy Chase here at Thunder Valley Racing League. All of our trophies presented by RBC Trophies out of Stigler, Oklahoma. We are proud to be there. We are proud to have them as our sponsor this year, all season long. All RBC Trophies, they will be our sponsor for every single race and all of our YouTube channel videos. So a big shout out to them. We'll be picking up the trophies for this last season and sending them out to all the drivers. They'll be on the way the next couple of days. We appreciate them getting those together for us. RBC Trophies out of Stigler, Oklahoma. Back up front with our leader, Jonathan Howe, still pulling away. 1.7 seconds now over Wyatt Hutchins. Wyatt doing everything he can to find some speed, but the tires have worn out on these cars. They are coming up on 2 laps to go. Number 19 when Jonathan goes past the start-finish line after this last turn at Tsukuba Raceway. Everybody pushing tires hard around this final turn. Little big wiggle there out of the 45. Top 5 drivers: Jonathan Howell, Wyatt Hutchins, Brian Smith, Brent Thompson, and Ward Fisher at the moment with 2 to go. Looks like we may have a challenge on the racetrack for position here. The 45 car has caught up to the Brian Smith. Oh, and makes a mistake. Gets off into the dirt. Got some dirt on the tires through the corner. Lost a little bit of control there. Brent Thompson, the 45, had caught right up to the bumper of Brian Smith with just 2 laps to go, and then lost it in the dirt there. Let's see if he can catch back up to him one more time. Back up front with our leader, Jonathan Howell, leading in the number 5 Walmart McDonald's car. Coming up on the final lap as he crosses the start-finish line, this time by lap number 20 at Tsukuba, race number 3 of the Trophy Chase, Thunder Valley Racing League and TVR-Esports. Be sure to hit that subscribe, hit that like button, let us know you're here, leave a comment on the race. Who's your favorite to win the championship this year? Be sure to check out our other series too on Friday nights, late model, short track racing. And then on Saturday, we do our famous Thunder Run, 6 races back-to-back, 15-minute qualify between each race. It's a lot of fun. We change up the track and the car every single week, so join us Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. And then all of our other races are, our late model race is 7 p.m. Central Time. And then Friday night, we do our next gen, 7 p.m. or 5 p.m. or Sunday night, next gen. 5 p.m. Central Time is when we do that one. So if you're a racer, be sure to join the Thunder Valley Racing League number 11759, the iRacing UI, and come race with us. There's your winner. Jonathan Howell has finished this race as the winner. Congratulations, Jonathan Howell. Second place is going to be... second place has left the track there. Third place going to go to Brian Smith. Fourth place is going to go to Brent Thompson in the RBC car. Jonathan Howell is our winner. Already left the track there. Fifth place goes to Ward Fisher. Mike Heminger ends up in 6th. There's your third place car, Mike Heminger. Mike Heminger, the number 1, ends up in 6th. Shane Harbin in the number 21 ends up in 7th. Chad Thompson, the number 70 car, he ends up in 8th. Jamie Howell ends up in 9th position there. Had a good time racing today with everybody. We're glad everybody showed up. If you watched it today, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit that like button. Come back and join us next week for another race, and we'll see you at the track. See you at the finish line. Get a win today.